I'm back with another video, and today we're looking at the Suzuki Swift. This review was requested by Nontobeko Tau, and I'm so happy to see more females engaging with my content and doing some research when they're planning to buy a car. When I started doing car reviews, my channel only had male viewers, and now about 8.1% of the views my channel received in the last 28 days were from females. In most cases, females are clueless about cars and they easily get ripped off when they get to dealerships looking for a car. So gents, it is our responsibility as Majita to make sure we don't let our girlfriends buy quids and Bajajis. And before we get on to this review, guys, the channel has reached 15,000 subscribers. And also, we now have a Polo GTI buffet. You all made it possible for me to get that car, and it belongs to all of us. All your congratulatory messages are highly appreciated. So at the moment, I'm playing around with the car and familiarizing myself with a couple of things, and I think I'll drop a detailed review maybe next week. Now let's help Nontobeko decide whether a Swift is a good car for her or she should just buy a Haval. Welcome to another video. This is a budget car and it has a simple front end design. We have a honeycomb mesh grille, a Suzuki logo and a chrome insert at the center. In terms of lighting, there's some halogen headlamps and fog lamps at the bottom. You don't get fog lamps in the entry-level Suzuki Swift GA model. I'm not sure if it's just me, but this car has some Mini Cooper vibes. And for a budget car, I think it looks okay. This is the Swift GL, and on the side it gets 14-inch basic steel wheels with wheel caps, and you only get alloy wheels with the Swift GLX and the top of the range Swift Sport. The feature which stands out for me in as far as the side profile is concerned is the contrasting gloss black roof, and overall the car looks good for a budget car. The boot capacity is 265 liters and it is slightly larger than that of the Kia Picanto and the Hyundai Grand i10. If you do a lot of traveling with tons of luggage, you would struggle with space when you buy a car in this segment. But for normal day-to-day driving, I don't think you will have any issues. All in all, the rear end is okay and there's nothing to complain about. So at the back, sitting behind my driving position, there's ample leg room and the seats are somewhat comfortable, but I'm not entirely satisfied with the cloth material in these seats. Mara, it's just a budget car, what can we say? So if your name is William and you're a ComServe dentist, this is the car you should consider buying, not a Polo GTI, and not a Haval Jolion as well. In front, there's a multifunction steering wheel, no radio as it takes in. And in as far as I know, you don't get a radio in the base model Swift, so your driving will just be an endless moment of silence. You can fit an aftermarket radio if you can't survive a radioless car, or you can just buy the Swift GLX and get a nice touch infotainment system. The last thing you should note is that everything in here is plastic. Konga plastic left, right and center. The Suzuki Swift is available in 4 trims. There's the Swift GA, Swift GL, Swift GLX and Swift Sport. All the Swift models have a 1.2 natural aspirated engine, except for the Swift Sport, which has a 1.4 litre turbocharged engine. The 1.2 litre engine is either coupled with a manual transmission or an automated manual transmission. They all have a power output of 61 kilowatts and 130 newton meters of torque, with an average fuel consumption of 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers, which is impressive. The top of the range Swift Sport, on the other hand, has a power output of 103 kilowatts and 230 newton meters of torque, with an average fuel consumption of 6.1 liters per 100 kilometers. The 1.2 litre engine derivatives come with a 5-year, 200,000 kilometers warranty and a 2-year, 30,000 kilometers service plan. And the Swift Sport gets the same warranty and a longer service plan of 4 years, 60,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. In terms of pricing, the Swift starts from 184,000 rands for the GA model, and the car in your screen right now is the Swift GL and it costs 204,000 rands. So, is this car worth buying or not? In February 2022, Suzuki sold a total of 3,240 cars and 1,313 of those cars were Swifts. Overall, Suzuki was in the top 3 best-selling brands in SA. Number 1 was Toyota, followed by VW as usual, then Suzuki was number 3. The Swift is affordable and fuel efficient, which is all you need from a car considering our current economic status. If you feel that you're gonna need more space than what a Swift offers, you can also check out a pre-owned Polo Vivo. Overall, I think the Swift is a good buy.